Okay, Wade, here's the Polish Razor that's been ProStar engine that was recovered. It's a turbo. Uh, there's no damage. It's just that they stole the vehicle. They don't have a list. The owner hasn't been out to look at it. They just recovered it, brought it here. So far as we know, probably a safety inspection. This tire could be flat, just out of air, or maybe it's got a puncture in it. So this would be the left rear. The measurements, the front tire is really bald almost. I think it's got, well, you can see the pictures that I took on it. Now, what happened is they took out the ignition switch, as you can see here. Why this ignition switch? Then you got your wires here, and they stripped the wires and just pushed them together like this, and you can start it. Here, looks like they just took the boot. That boot needs to be tucked in. In fact, I just did it. Okay, it's filthy, of course. And then the battery has been sitting. I don't know how long ago this happened. Totally dead battery on there. We ended up jumping it so I could get the mileage on the thing, the 63,000. They took the seat out so they can get to the battery. The seat is sitting there, so maybe 6/10 or an hour to stick that seat back in there, replace the battery. I'm sure they're going to have to replace that battery. And that's it. It's just filthy. It's just dirty. It's got scratches all over it, but those could be pre-existing scratches. I mean, it didn't go off the road and it didn't hit anything. So it's kind of he's not going to get around to it. But I suppose changing the oil, doing the fluids, give it a safety inspection, pump up the tire, see if that tire is really punctured or just flat. That's about it. There's a wire back here that doesn't make sense. Well, that wire comes off the harness, so apparently maybe goes to one of these lights. But he doesn't have a list, and she doesn't have a list together. I'll show you the suspension. I suppose the way we handle thefts of cars is we gave it an oil change, safety inspection. Here's those scratches I'm talking about, but that's probably on every single vehicle around here. So they have no clue, absolutely no clue what's wrong with it, other than starting the assignment, taking the original pictures of it. I'll double up on the pictures. It's jammed in here. He's not here to move this vehicle. They just pointed me to the back and said, here it is. There's no keys. And this one is stuck in the way. So I'm not going to get very good pictures, but I'll try. And that's it. I mean, there's no article stolen. It's got the lights, it's got the headlights, it's got all the panels on it, the ignition switch, and they took it for a ride. And it's filthy. we'll close this out so you get the idea of what's going on.